Hello, good day everyone, and welcome again to my blog. And this is your host, Operator 214160 speaking. So right now, I am just gonna update my employment situation right now. And if you read this blog title, you probably know or have a general idea what I'm gonna talk within the next few minutes. So yeah. So recently, my employer has some, I don't know, my employer office recently had some problems in their system, and yeah, for some reason I have no idea why they cannot print my contract, and they kind of dumped me the file and left me, their employee, to do the printing, and I have to submit it to them. To be honest, I'm not really a fan of dumping their work on me, to be honest. Well, I don't know what goes on with that office, but the thing here is, yeah, that's what happened right now. My employer and including my handler couldn't print the contract that I have to sign with, so they just simply emailed me the contract and said that I should be the one printing it and passing it to their company. Frankly, I'm not thrilled or joyed over this scenario, because it should be their job to facilitate such contracts, and since I'm their employee, the only thing that I should be doing with is just signing those contracts. But anyway, despite my annoyance, I would let's just say that I would take the opportunity and make a blog about the contract of seafarers that is the actual contract of seafarers that is being given with. So without further ado, I am going to start now my I'm gonna start now with oh, sorry, my bad. I'm gonna start now with the contract. Okay, my apologies. I was having some technical difficulties a while ago. Incidentally, my screen just went blank, and yeah. Anyway, just have to finish that with editing. So, for everybody's information, this is the contract that was given to me by my employer. Take note, this is the actual page. Mostly this is just only a few a few set of contracts, a few set of clauses regarding my employment. So this is just basically more like their policy. So this is mostly their policies about non-bribery and their drug and alcohol declaration form. Apparently, it's kind of bit a rule in in the maritime industry lately that no drinking on board. I mean, this is just a latest rule that was implemented I think a decade ago or something, but yeah, it's been implemented anyway. So unfortunately, if you get violated on these terms and conditions, the maritime industry or the company that you're employing with will put some sort of harsh let's just say harsh punishment regarding with this one. So they made it clear that I signed in a form or a waiver about drug and alcohol policy. But if you ask me, honestly, this is not exactly what do you call this? It's not exactly 100% that is 100% what do you call this? 100% implemented, to be honest. I mean, I even witnessed the time that alcohol is beers and alcohol spirits are not banned from ships, from commercial ships. So yeah. But anyway, like I said, this is only company to company rule. If you're on the other side of the company, they may have different policies regarding drug and alcohol test or drug and alcohol policy. So on my case, they kind of have maybe a zero tolerance with this one, which is kind of bummer. But anyway, if you ask me, yes, I do drink, and I'm old enough to drink. So I don't see any reason why I am not allowed. But anyway, like I said, this is company to company policy. Your other companies are other companies have different rules. And in the maritime industry in the Philippines, it's more like think of it as the government has been replaced by corporate rule. Yeah, and it's dystopian in some extent. So companies have the final say about this thing, on these rules. And I have to sign this one, and I have to submit it. But anyway, that's not exactly the thing that I came here to discuss with. This is what I'm going to show is the exact details of my employment. So this, what you're looking at, is the actual contract that was given to me by my employer. So yeah, you can see the company logo, of course. But that's not a problem because like I said, I have 2 years before releasing this this video. So by the time they find out that I released this information, then they don't have any idea, and it's been going on for years. So anyway, my contract is on Marshall Islands rules. So that's the flag of the vessel. So I have to blur out my details here, all of the details. This is of course my personal information. I am not gonna, let's just say, discuss classified information because, well, it's it's part of my privacy. So I think we understood that anyway. So as you can see here, this is my contract: wages, overtime pay, and other conditions according to CBA or below agreement. So CBA is more like collective bargaining agreement. So what does this mean? This in case it means that in case we have problems regarding employment, or the union will have to submit a complaint. They will abide by the terms of this signatory. This is more like a contractual, but I do know that CBA is collective bargaining agreement. Now this is a bit technical, and I'm not gonna go through the details because let's just say lawyers are the ones who should be explaining this, and I'm just only a VTuber or an ordinary grunt seafarer. I know little of the let's just say the details about this contract. So yeah, so my basic wage as a seafarer right now is $513. Do take note that this is paid in US American dollars. So it's $513. My leave pay will be around $188. Now leave pay is more like, say, your pocket money when you go on the Philippines for a vacation. That is the one that they're gonna, well, give you. Think of it as more like your vacation leave, as what is said here. Although I do like to stress out that seafarers or Filipino seafarers are contractual. There is no sense in there is no such thing on the Filipino's maritime industry that seafarers are employment contract. All of them are, including me, no exceptions, are contractual basis. So once the contract is finished, it means that the company has no longer any obligation to us. When you're off the hook, well, you're basically off the grid for them. And it's up to them if they're gonna employ you or not. So yeah, like I said, that's the problem with the Philippine maritime industry. It's always the manning companies or the corporations or companies that have the final say on the judgment regarding matters regarding employment, unfortunately. And let's just say don't expect much from government bodies here on the Philippines. The unions are practically worthless. There is no regulation, or they have no backbone in regards to regulations of manning companies, unfortunately. But anyway, I'm not gonna discuss that. I'm here to discuss the contracts, the actual contracts that is given to Filipino seafarers, and including me. Now this is of course the additional. It's more like a bonus, but it's not really much. $59. It's not really it's not really that worth it. And $39 is service incentives. Probably I've been working for them for more than I don't know, several years, but they only just gave me $37. So yeah, that's kinda not so good. So the overtime rate that I am being paid per hour is about $3.36. So overall, this should amount to it tells here the total wages that I'm gonna be paid per month and working as a seafarer. So the total wages that I'm gonna be paid is this. Oh crap, sorry, my bad. This is $1,083. Yeah, I know, that's kinda, well, that's kinda low. Well, do take note that this price, the $1,083 is, yeah, it ain't much and it's below minimum salary if you're gonna base it on US salaries. But do take note, this is not based, or the standard living wages is not based on US standards. It is based on Filipino standards. So the $1,083 may not seem much per month as an income. However, do take note, this would mean a lot when it comes to when it comes to being paid in Philippine pesos. So now the exchange rate in Philippine pesos, if you would just give me a moment here, I'm just gonna pull out my calculator for a second. Okay, so we have a standard of $1,083. That is the standard salary that I got per month. Yeah, I know that's kind of very low, and I myself am not very satisfied on it, to be honest. But if you multiply it on the foreign exchange from US dollar to Philippine pesos, because Philippine pesos has a little money, as of the moment while making this vlog, the exchange rate for Philippine pesos to a dollar is 55 Philippine pesos for $1. So we multiply that. I think that I made a mistake on this one. Okay, just give me a moment. 10,083 multiplied by 55. So overall, I am gonna be paid 59,565 Philippine pesos. But do take note as well that this 55,000 or 59,000. Okay, just give me a moment. This 59,565 has deduction. So overall, I will not be receiving the total amount of 59,565 because there are several deductions that are stipulated on my contract. One such example with this one is, as you can see, monthly leave pay monthly. That's going to be deducted from my $10,083. And yeah, that's going to be deducted. So $200 will be deducted. So this does not include other benefits or mandatory what do you call this? Mandatory contributions that will be paid by my company, like Social Security, healthcare, and housing. So overall, it might seem a lot, but it's kind of bit less. So that's $1,083. We're gonna minus $188. So I'm already okay, I'm not very good with this. I'm just gonna type this one again. Right. So $1,083 minus $188 dollars. So if we minus already the leave pay, the only thing that I will get right now is $895. And wait, that is not the total. I have yet other deductions with this one. So yeah, so that's kind of, well, I'll be honest, my salary is kind of a bit low. Yeah. So these are, of course, I'm also gonna be deducted on other stuff like this one. This is basically the Overseas Welfare Administration. This is basically the healthcare insurance that is gonna be paid on my contract, or deducted from my contract. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna show it 100%. I already, this is very sensitive information, so I'm not gonna reveal that. So I'm blanking it out. So the deductions will be $13. That's not much, of course. That's only $13 if you put it on US, but in Philippines that's around roughly about at least half a thousand pesos. So I will get deducted by, oh no, my monthly salary. This is the base salary that I got. Sorry, my bad. But I will still get deducted on this PhilHealth insurance. So I have to fill out, of course, this form. And another thing, this is the allotment slip. Unfortunately, yeah, $13 will be well, this is more like the welfare for migrant workers. That is well, gonna be deducted unfortunately again on my contract. This is OWA. It's kind of a bit of a technical. It's hard to explain on the international audience, but think of it as another health insurance that Filipino migrant workers never get to use of. So I got about I'm gonna be deducted another additional oh, sorry, I have trouble seeing this one. It's about 513,000. Okay, that's not my basic pay. So yeah, this is the I have to sign up the form. This is for POEA. Do take note, this is the actual forms that I will have to submit to my company as a contract. This is 100% the contract that seafarers will sign on their employment, yeah, as a seafarer. So this is the main particulars of my contract of employment, as you can see. So I've already blurted out some details, my personal information. So the duration of my contract, like I said, Filipino seafarers are contractual. I'm only good to be employed for about 8 months. After that, I'll be sent home back to the Philippines, and the company will have to decide if they can hire me again or not. If it's not, then well, I have to find another work. And my monthly basic salary is 530, but there is some deductions with this one. Do take note. My overtime, so so the only thing that I'll be receiving, because my basic pay will be deducted later on, will be somewhere around $286. That is 100% sure that I will receive that on my bank account. But on $513, it's gonna get deducted, unfortunately, on my case. And so I'm just gonna go through the math again. I keep typing this one. 1083 minus 188, that's about $895, but my base pay will have to be deducted on the allotment. So this is the thing that I've been discussing with. This is a bit icky for most seafarers, because allotment is basically means it's a deduction from your pay that will be sent home in the Philippines. Unfortunately, Philippine law right now requires Filipino seafarers or any migrant workers to return the remittance of their basic salary at least 80%. On my case, I have 513 on my basic salary. That's gonna be deducted again. This time the deductions will be $473. So we're gonna minus $473, because that is the salary that will be sent home to my to anyone that I designated as an allottee, the one who will receive my money. And in my case, I'm receiving, unfortunately, my sister. So but anyway, I'm trying to send this one because I could so that my car payments will be completed within this year. But anyway, so I will be deducted $473. So the only thing that I will be receiving will be $422. That will be my pay for the whole month because of deductions. Of course, there are other deductions here that I have to stress out. I did not include Social Security, this little one on the form, and this one, what we call Pag-ibig, which is basically a housing insurance form, and another insurance, which is PhilHealth. Basically, this is health insurance for migrant workers. And of course, everybody's favorite, your tax payment. Unfortunately, this is one that's called BIR. So overall, if we're gonna round off, let's just say we're about $100 of deduction. My overall pay would be just, or let's just say 75. We'll just be will be very modest regarding on the deductions that is left on my salary. So I'm gonna pay about 75. That will be well $347. So overall, on that contract, I will be receiving in Philippine pesos. I'm just gonna multiply this by 55 because that is the exchange rate of the Philippine pesos as of the moment. This will be, well, 19,085 pesos. So basically, it's more like they're not kinda. Yeah, 19,085 pesos isn't exactly a high salary, to be honest, right now. It's more like that I worked for a land-based job in some extent. I don't know, but that's the way it goes on the the salary of seafarers right now. And I'll be honest, a lot of people or propaganda mentions that Filipino seafarers have a lot of income, but in reality, we've already showed you the contracts that I will be receiving and the deductions. And on my case, yeah, I'll only be receiving 19,085 pesos. And take note, I am working overseas. This is not a local job. I will be working outside the Philippines. So yeah, that's kind of bummer. One more thing that I would just like to tell, aside from that, yeah, I kind of forgot it. Maybe I'll mention that later on. But anyway, this is the actual contracts that I'll be submitting, and I will be printing out and filling up a couple of days from now, which is yeah, which is kind of bummer because the salary. Oh yeah, one more thing that I have to show, just give me a second. This is just only a part that I will have to sign on the contract, the last part, the bottom. This is the standard wage of Filipino seafarers as of the moment. Do take note, this salary wage scale hasn't changed for 20 years. So it hasn't changed since the 1990s. So pretty much the salary is kind of fixed it up. I don't know, but that's a lot of that's a long story why the salary in the Philippines is kind of fixed up. I don't want to mention that, and it hasn't changed for the past 20 years. And on my case, my pay grade here, since I am working on the VLCC, which is very large crude carrier, or if you take it on layman's term, a large oil tanker, my pay is on par with this one, or in the middle part of it. So my payment is $1,083. So the spectrum of my payment is, the highest would be $1,300 and the lowest would be $900. So I am somewhat in the middle with this one when it comes to my pay grade. And yeah, that's the way it goes on. Unfortunately, that's the way salary works on the maritime industry in the Philippines. So yeah, pretty much I will be receiving salary for that for the next 8 months. So anyway, I have already spoken enough. I think that was a long discussion. So if you like my video, I would just like to ask, if it is not asking too much, click on, if it's okay with you, you can click on the like and subscribe videos. And the like and subscribe videos, it will really help me a lot when it comes to YouTube algorithm. So again, this is operator 214160. Have a great day, everyone, and see you again on my next blog journal session. So bye bye.